What up, guys? Welcome back. We got Zeus here. Big Zeus. You want to tell everybody hi? Look up there. No? Alright, anyway. What do we have here? You already know. Another Skunk product. Another Skunk product, right? We got our V16 back here. So far we've gotten the, we've gotten the Skunk2 radiator. We've gotten the Skunk intake manifold. We've got full-blown Skunk suspension on this thing, from upper control arms, coils. The whole suspension is Skunk, right? So that's the route we're going with this build, Skunk2 Racing. Let's see exactly what we got here. And you know, you'll start to see me once we start putting the motor together. I recently ordered all new gaskets for the motor, all OEM Honda gaskets for the V16. As I am gonna film that process too, but I'm not the one actually doing the installs for the motor. I'm not a mechanic. I can do the basic stuff like, you know, suspension, oil change, little things like that, spark plug tune-ups, things like that. But when it comes to actually, you know, a mechanic diving deep into a motor, I'm not your guy. But I am gonna learn with Eleveo Performance, which is my boy Cleveland. And yeah, so while the motor's out, you know, if I find some deals out there, I'm definitely buying them. If I find some pretty decent deals that I just gotta jump on, and it is what it is, I gotta buy it, right? Because I want, at the end of the day, I wanna have fun with this build. And I wanna show you guys exactly what we got here. So we got our hardware, got our 4 screws. Oh yeah, very cool. So we gotta be careful with that. We've got our Skunk2 throttle body. This is gonna be cool. Check that out. Very cool. Very, very cool. You know, one thing I really appreciate about Skunk is, one, it comes with like a little card, right? Every time you purchase something, it comes with the card. We got our gasket here. Really cool. Gasket lines up as such on the inside, and that attaches to your intake manifold. One thing I like about Skunk, man, is these little black pouches here. You get your little ID card for your part, which I love. I love the way that they stamp all of their products. And I'm gonna put this down actually, because we don't want this to get damaged. One thing that's so cool about Skunk is they stamp all of their parts, right? So every part that you buy from them is gonna have like a holographic stamp. Everything's always gonna come with, put that down for a second. Everything's always gonna come like with their Skunk stickers, small little, I think it's like their installation and all that, little installation instructions. And then I would say my favorite part about Skunk is this card. Now I don't want to show the card because I don't know if, you know, somebody were to try to make a copy or whatnot. I'll just show the back side. Well, on the other side, there's definitely, I'll just flash that. There's like a little serial code for the part and everything, which is freaking awesome. I love that stuff. And then they give you a little handbook pamphlet here. And it's pretty much like their products that they have, right? So you get this little pamphlet here, a bunch of their products. And I'm debating, man, like so far, you know, we've got full-blown Skunk suspension, like I said, intake manifold Skunk, throttle body Skunk, lug nuts Skunk. It's just, everything's fully Skunk right now. Actually, also, I've got this part as well, Skunk. I'm debating on getting this valve cover and the VTEC solenoid. I'm probably gonna add that as well. I've got all these control arms right here, Skunk. I've got these here, Skunk. And see, I've got all this as well. I've got these uppers. I've got the coilovers with the dampening system, which is super cool. headers. Maybe some skunk headers. We currently have the DC headers at the moment, but I'm really debating if I want to go ahead and upgrade to skunk. Maybe even later on some cam and gears, you know, with skunk would be pretty cool. But we'll see. At that point, I mean, the motor can definitely be in the car before I get to that. But so far, we pretty much have a Skunk2 racing build, and I think that's what I'll name the video when we start doing the reinstall. I mean, even this guy here loves skunk, you know? He should have been named Skunk instead of Zeus, but you like this stuff, man. You know? This is Zeus, man. He's my garage dog, my shop dog here. He's really a house dog, but, you know, he's always in here. He wants to always do something that I'm doing. If you guys want to see more Zeus, let me know in the comments below. We'll give you guys some more action of Zeus. He's super cool, bully breed, but he's not a bully. You're not a bully. We don't want to tell the people you're a bully. I don't know. He's a good boy. Definitely a good boy. But that's Zeus. He's been a part of a process. He's been part of the process of the build with the CRX and the last CRX. I may even upload a couple of pictures where he likes to sit inside of the car while the build is going on and do that. He likes to whine. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. We've got ourselves a throttle body now. It's pretty cool. Excited about it. Don't want to mess this thing up, so we're gonna put that back in. Our gasket. We're gonna put our gasket inside of this little pouch. Make sure it doesn't get damaged. And as for the skunk sticker, what do I do with the skunk sticker? I've got a big one that's going on the back hatch already. I don't think it's necessary for me to put this little one. I may actually do the little one on my workbench. If you guys tapped into my live yesterday, you would have seen that I made a video of the new cabinet that's back there. So that little cabinet all the way in the back there, that is new addition to the garage. Went ahead and put my big skunk sticker, since I have more than one, on there, and also put a little CRX sticker on there as well, top corner. But this is my little workbench here, guys. Thing is always cluttered, and that's really the reason why I needed that cabinet to store things. And of course, we're gonna be rearranging my toolbox. I'm gonna rearrange it to the opposite side of the storage cabinet there. So, and of course my workbench is also going to go on that side as well, just so that I can have that space. This whole wall here is going to be freed up. But thanks for sticking around, guys. We're getting there. I've been working on a few parts also for the motor, like the T-bracket. So I freshened all these, most of my parts are all freshened up now in black. I do have quite a few that are still left that I'm working on still. For example, I have the battery tray that was pretty corroded, man, and I'm still working on this thing. I don't have a sandblaster. I wish I did, but for the moment, I'm basically just using a wire wheel to get most of that rust off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and use a liquid that I have to pretty much stop corrosion, and it heats to the corrosion, and you can pretty much just sand it off easily. That's one of the parts I'm gonna go ahead and touch up. This is another part that'll be touched up pretty soon. And also this other bracket and a few brackets behind that motor. Get started here. And as you can see, we're starting to get that very nice metal back. The key here is to remove as much of the rust as possible, and I'm basically going to go ahead and shoot this part in a black. But as you can see, we've got a nice finish now. I'll clean it up, Got to touch up these little areas a little more, and of course I'll touch this area up next. Check that out, solid. And I will put some rust for prevention on here, just to make sure I don't get any of that back. We're gonna continue on this bottom area. All right, we're gonna have Ava shoot this one. Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead. This first time painting, but it won't be the last. All right. Peace. Are gonna be touched up. So we want to get this thing looking as fresh as possible without breaking the bank. Now you might be asking, like, all right, well, what am I using to get these parts freshened up? Basically wire wheel this thing down, sand it down, and then I use this Trim Black Ultra. It's a little bit different than the molding Sem Black that I use. This black has a little bit more of a gloss to it versus that super flat, flat black that I like to use on moldings. This one has a little bit more of a gloss to it, and I really like how it's looking on all my little parts that I have touched up so far. I'll bring you guys along here so you can kind of see what's been installed already in the engine bay with that black Sem. Like, let me get out that photo there so you can see this has been touched up. Touched up that center piece there, that far piece to the passenger side, the black over there. Also where the relays are at, that's been also touched up with the black. My little bracket that's right above the, what is that called? The brake cylinder, I guess, or yeah, I think it's a brake cylinder. Again, I'm not a mechanic, guys. I am learning though, trust me, I'm learning. That's been touched up. The fuel rail, the fuel filter, I did touch that one up as well. Fuel filter, the housing bracket. So yeah, little by little things are getting done. But again, I can't work on this car every day. It's more of like a weekend thing for me. My 9 to 5 is pretty much, or 8 to 5, I should say. I pretty much work 8 to 5 every day, Monday through Friday. And my weekends are usually my free time that I have that I can actually start working on the car. So, yeah. But put this here actually. We'll put the hardware right on the side. That should be okay there. And let's go and cover this up. And of course, Zeus is in the way of everything. He likes to make sure, it's like the project manager around here, Likes to make sure he sees everything going on. Right, Zeus? Huh? Right, boy? Yeah. All right, so we'll put this up right by the other Skunk product, most likely, until we're ready to really start tearing apart into the motor. But with that being said, guys, I did ask if you guys can give me some of your opinions on the color for the valve cover, and nobody gave me any input, which is okay. I get it. I've got a small channel, 257 followers, I think. We're somewhere there. The goal is to get to 500, of course, but for now, I'd appreciate anybody giving me some input on the valve cover if possible, man. I think I'm pretty set on the yellow, and then we'll do like the spark plug cover. Maybe I'll do a Skunk one, or keep the OEM one and do it in black. That way we keep the yellow and black theme all the way around. And other than that, I think the next thing you guys are gonna see that I put out will be when I paint the hatch. And I think I'm really aiming towards painting the back bumper. Because once I paint the back bumper and the hatch, then I can go ahead and start assembling the tail lights. And that whole rear end is just gonna be an accomplishment of completed for me. So I think that's the goal, is the rear bumper and the hatch next. So stay tuned, guys. I love all the questions you guys are asking me about, like, what products am I using? Shout out to my boy Ryan. I've had someone comment, that they like they like all the work, the way it's coming out. Thank you to everyone who's given me those shout outs. I really appreciate it. It's really just keeping me motivated to keep recording for you guys. And also me as well, you know, to be honest with you, I want to grow the channel. I think the channel's gonna have some pretty cool stuff in the future. I'm not sure if you guys again tapped into the live, but for sure I have a 92 through 95 coupe that will be on the channel. That's gonna actually be a race car, not mine, but that belongs to Elbeo Performance, so keep an eye out for that one. So far that's the plan, is that he's turning it into a race car and he wants me to go ahead and spray it for him in white. So we're looking forward to those future episodes, you know, that I will provide for you guys. I'll update you guys as I get closer to that, in case there are some like EG fans in here that want to see the Civic Coupe. That way you guys can, you know, tune in or sub so that you guys can definitely get a notification as soon as I upload that video of me. He doesn't want me to do body work on it, but my OCD wants to do body work on it. It's got a couple things that I want to knock out, prime the whole thing, wet sand, just do it right. Even though it is a race car, and he's made it very clear it's a race car. He doesn't care how it comes out as long as it's one color, but my name's on that. So I don't think I'm just gonna give him a shoot and go. We're gonna definitely make sure that that thing looks good. You know, I wanna make sure that if anybody does ask him, hey, who shot that my name's on it. Not some, hey, just my buddy shot it, and not put my name out there. So I'd rather my name be out there, even though I may not take in somebody's work. At least, you know, it's a car that's gonna represent something that I put my hands on. But with that being said, guys, thank you again for tuning in to, you know, the last episode. Those of you that did see the engine bay get shot. Again, the next episode, again, like I said, it's either gonna be the back hatch bumper getting shot or the reassembly of the motor going back in. It all depends on when these gaskets are gonna arrive from Honda. I did place the order already, so we're gonna have all new gaskets. And once that's here, then you guys will then see Elbeo Performance back at it again in my videos, not only reinstalling, but also changing out the gaskets that need to be changed out on this thing. He just sent me a big list of what I needed. I ordered it. We're going for it. But till then, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Appreciate you guys, and happy MLK Day to all of you all.